Juno was mad, he knew he'd been had, so he shot at the sun with a gun. Shot at the sun with a gun. Shot at his wily one, only friend.
In the gallows or the ghetto, in the town or the meadow, in the billows, even over the sun, every end of a time is another begun. You understand mechanical hands, or the ruler of everything. Ruler of everything. I'm the ruler of everything. In the end.
Do you like how I dance? I got draconian pants.
Consequential enough to slip you into a trance.
Do you like how I walk? Do you like how I talk?
Do you like how my face disintegrates?
I have a wonderful wife, I have a powerful job. She criticizes me for being egocentric.
You practice your mannerisms into the wall.
If this mirror were clear, I'd be standing so tall.
Saw you slobber over clovers on the side of the hill.
I was observing the birds.
The kill. I've been you, I know you, your facade is a scam.
You know you're making me cry, this is the way that I am. I've been living a lie, a metamorphical scheme.
Detective undercover brotherhood, objective obscene. Oh no, no, oh yeah.
The end, no, you know, must be never really comprehended. You can't, but when you try to pretend to understand, you resemble a fool, but you only a mess. So give it up and smile.
You understand mechanical hands, or the ruler of everything. Ruler of everything. I'm the ruler of everything in the end.
Without looking down, gliding around like a bumbling dragon I fly, scraping my face on the sky.
Big bad Betty of the apocalypse. She opens her lips and it goes like this. When the golden rule and the jungle meet, there'll be nothing to love and there'll be no one to beat. All the things we know, the things we don't, all the things we think we can, will and won't. We're loath to gather that nothing's left. We're all together and we're all bereft. Capitalists, communists, you did the hokey pokey and it went like this. You hate each other and you love yourselves. It might be heaven and it might be hell. All the things we do, the things we say, all the things we wish we could wash away.
Their sneakers. You can't win me, I can't be beat. I won't hurt you unless you cheat. You can't see me behind the screen. I'm half human and half machine.
been sleeping in a cardboard box, spending every dollar at the liquor shop. And even though I know I haven't got a lot, I'll try to give you love until the day you drop.
I've been training like a Pavlov dog. Let my independence out to take a hike. All you gotta do is activate my bill, and I'll fetch you anything you like. Going once, going twice. Every man here has a price. Over where? Over there. Sold to not a single lady in here.
I've been in like 1,000 times, dated every woman in the atmosphere. I've been to every continent, broken all the hearts in every hemisphere. And if I'm not the type of guy you like to circumvent, just remember not to love me when I disappear. I graduated at the top. I like to take advantage of the bourgeoisie. So if you have a fantasy of being a queen, maybe you should blow a couple bucks on me.
Going once, going twice. Won't these gentlemen suffice? Any here, any there, any motions anywhere. Going twice, going thrice. Guess this means we'll go 4 times a lady.
I promise I'll be all you need, ever need. You'll never have to shop